I guess we have to move forward. So the second presentation is for Lucrezia. So Lucrezia, over to you.
Yes. Let me start. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go in presentation mode. Okay. So hello everybody, I'm Lucrezia Croce. I work in Nestle in IT security, risk and compliance. And today I would like to introduce to you a topic that it's a part of my study. So, and my researches. I'm here as I'm representing myself and not representing Nestle per se. So I would like to highlight some points that I will present you during the presentation. I will start with some panoramas that we have today on generative AI and cyber attacks. Then I will present you some strategies and principles that could be useful also in your daily business to prevent and also take the action in the case of a cyber crisis. First of all, I would like to start with this video just to show you what Gen AI can do today. It's quite impressive. Can you hear?
No.
Yeah.
No, there's no audio.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Let me. Let me try to go directly on YouTube. Still no audio?
No.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Still no audio, right?
No.
Okay, sorry. I really I don't I can describe you. Basically, it's the video that shows Morgan Freeman, but he is not Morgan Freeman. So thanks to this generative AI tool, um, the editor of this video simply created an image of Morgan Freeman. It's absolutely Morgan Freeman with absolutely his voice, but as you can see, is not Morgan Freeman. So it's absolutely a deep fake. So it's somebody who is impersonalizing Morgan Freeman, and the image that we have is Morgan Freeman saying something, and it's incredible because it's not the real one. So this one, it's only an example of what generative AI tools can do today. And it's quite impressive because it's also happened last year in a famous company that somebody impersonalized the CEO of the company, so a hacker, and basically he decided to send an email to all employees asking to log in to a link shared by email. And this is the way that the hacker went to the system of this famous company and hacked and leaked thousands and thousands of data. So basically now, what will be AI in 5 years from now? It could be something that we can use like a tool that can empower us, that can help us with our daily business, or it could be a superpower tool that could replace us. It's this is the dilemma, I think. But it's a reality today that the 67% of enterprises already embedded generative AI in their business. So it's a reality that today we are using generative AI also to forecast our strategies. So it's a reality that we are working with generative AI. Focusing on generative AI and cybersecurity, I will focus on how hackers can today use AI, how we can prevent the attacks, and how we should protect our generative AI. First of all, it's quite common as I just mentioned, using AI to personalize phishing emails, to personalize executive member people, and to see or use also social media to target victims. It's generative AI. It's also used by coders. It means that thanks to generative AI, it's very easy to produce a malware, malicious code, and it's also very, very common to start campaigns, phishing campaigns, to target people. And then, as I showed you in the video before, it's generative AI. It could be used also to impersonate managers, to create deep fakes, like real voices, real videos, and it's very real. It's quite impossible to know the difference. And if somebody will receive a message, or vocal message, or a video message from the CEO or from somebody, or like line managers, it's quite easy to reply, yes, I can do it, or to click a link, because it's impossible to know the difference. So, but generative AI, it's also something that you can use in our favor also to prevent attacks. We have different tools that can help us to, like for example, in phishing, to be the checkpoint blocked in phishing attacks. For example, today, emails, in the email, it's quite common to have email protection, Microsoft email protection. We have a new feature in Microsoft, the phishing button. It is basically an alarm that can be enforced if the phishing is an email. And it's quite common also in big companies to have cybersecurity centers that can investigate in case of the phishing attack. Then we have browser protection. It's quite common in gateways. They are all features coming from the major platforms in the industry. But it's up to us to use the power of generative AI to prevent attacks. So it's also we can see also advantages in saying that. Then, oh, come on. Then I would like just to highlight to you some security principles that could be applied also to your daily business. The very first principle is the prevention. Prevention is the key. So it means that we can use two layers. The first one is the technical one. So it's possible today to use generative AI thanks to the tools that we have, and protect our business and our companies in using these generative AI tools. On the other way, we have also the people awareness. It's very essential that people in the organization know well how to protect ourselves from phishing attacks, for example. So awareness campaigns are the key, I think. And it's very important that everybody is aware of what to do first and how to protect them. Then it's true that we cannot avoid to have a potential breach. So once we have it, so once we have a cyber crisis, it's essential to be quick, because time is an asset, and it's very essential also to put in place a remediation plan. So also in case of generative AI, it's essential to be quick and to be ready to solve the issue. And generative AI can help us in this. Then we have we can use generative AI also to accelerate our performance and productivity. So it's true that if we use generative AI, we can do that. Then generative AI can also be used in security, just to make sure that our portfolio of assets or cloud solutions or emails or our IT infrastructure is well protected. So it's simply by using the generative AI tools that we can do it. We can ask, for example, generative AI to help us to build a process to make sure that our assets are secured, and we can apply this process to our daily business. Then here I listed some best practices that could help us to make sure that generative AI is well embedded in our structure, in our business. First of all, it's essential to have to define what are the generative AI tools that we use and to assess them. In assessing them, it's also essential to have a policy on generative AI, just to set out the rules of the play in our business, and also to make sure that our business is following these rules, and the employees also. So it's also essential that the usage of prompt data, it's a sort of safeguard that we have between tenants. And also we need to make sure that we train this data. just by the severity, the classification of this data. Then we could also apply some technical features like the API calls. We need to make sure that these APIs are really secured inbound and outbound. So this is a technical feature that could be applied also in a security best practice in using generative AI. Then coming to an end, just to summarize a little bit my presentation, now it's a reality that generative AI is using in the majority of the industries, and we have a double side. One is the good part, so we can for sure enhance our lives by using generative AI superpowers. But on the other side, we need to make sure that this generative AI is not used against us, because also hackers are using generative AIs to try to produce malicious codes, or simply to try to hack us. So as a consequence, every company should define a clear generative AI security policy, just to set up rules to follow and to make sure that the business is well protected. And last point is just to make sure that AI is effective, we need to be to face with data. That is the challenge, the everyday challenge, I think, of everybody. This is the end of my presentation. Yes.
And
please.
how do you think those challenges can be overcome? Do you think that it's going to be a network of companies within your industry? Do you think it's going to be something bigger?
Yes. Yes, maybe yes. It's true that we are at the beginning, so it could be a way. Yes, definitely yes. Nestle is not an IT company, but is running after generative AI, and we are making sure that our assets are well protected. And so generative AI is a tool that we use, and it's secured. And but yes, definitely a great collaboration with our companies could be absolutely an asset also at the beginning.
And what type of collaboration is Nestle doing with its offices across the world? Do you have teams set up in different continents and locations? Do you have
Yes, we have we have the global team for sure that is working on this, and but as I mentioned, it's not an IT company, so we are applying the industry rules on so the NIST principles and the new regulation on generative AI coming from the EU. So we are just applying the rules. But yes, a collaboration also outside Nestle is something that I really encourage.
And how would you see that working through a government level, through a social level, through an industrial level?
It should be, I think, first of all, could be from an industrial perspective, because if we set up rules that are the same for everybody, it's a clear way to follow. But definitely, I think that also it could be parallel. The government, but also the industry should work together to make sure that this generative AI is well structured and it's secured.
Now, Laurent, the speaker that we had at the beginning, talked earlier about having predictive models. Do you have any kind of methodologies where you can predict any particular malicious or security breaches, or if you, for instance, find out in one location that there is a hot map that Laurent also talked about, a zone, for instance, that could be coming up for looking at? How do you deal with creating a team? Because data needs to be managed by us humans, of course. It's not all about the AI. We have to be involved somewhere, somehow. Do you set up a task force for that?
Yes, we are working on this. For the moment, it's still work in progress because we are running after the latest news on this. But yes, we have a task force and it's working on this.
One of the questions that we've asked the audience today is how can generative AI be leveraged to detect and respond to data breaches in real time? Now, you're based over in Switzerland, I understand. Nestle's
Yes.
over in Latin America as well as over in Asia Pacific. Some people are asleep, some people are awake. How do you deal with these particular or respond to data breaches in real time?
Yes, as the majority of the companies worldwide, we have a cybersecurity center, and it's basically a center where all the data breaches and also potential breaches are handled. And it's something that I think it's quite common in also in other industries, just to have a team dedicated just to protect the Nestle environment.
Laurent and all the speeches in the afternoon will be touching upon the fact that across the world, it's not just time zones that we have to deal with, cultural sharing of information, politics, cross borders, as well as, let's face it, the languages, which is one of the basics. Is there anything, for instance, that Nestle is going to be doing to provide training to AI for any language or any particular models that we can foresee in the future? Anything that the industry that you're setting as an industry trend at the moment? Anything for us to look out for Nestle before you finish?
Actually, no, we are just following the industry ourselves, as we are a food company at the end, but we are running after these new trends for sure.
Food, drink, I mean, one of the largest organizations, very reputable organizations. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thanks
Thank
to
you.
you.